Okay, are we live? We live. We live. We live. Hopefully. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yee. We're live, hopefully. Chat. Chat is up. Yeah. Yeah. Yeet. All right. So my constituents are already shitting on this show already. They're already losing their effing fucking minds. Let me fix my overlay real quick. You got Mr. JD from New York fucking whining. This little co-host that kisses his ass. I'll say anything. I'll say anything. I'll regurgitate the same shit. This is shit I talk about. This is shit I talk about on on this show. Like, you got constituents that people will sit here and you'll listen to their bitch asses say it's great, and then you'll have some people that lick the bunghole of Dave Meltzer. It's like, what the fuck, man? Like, are you serious? Welcome into the show where I shit on people sometimes. It just blows my mind. Anyway, let's talk about AEW real quickly, man. Let's talk about it while we're here. Tonight's show, I watched it on the Max app. Actually, watched it on the Max app. It actually looked better than DirecTV stream. It actually looked like it was in 1080. If I went back, it's probably in 1080, 1080p 60 HDR. I'm assuming because I had HDR. I was watching it in 4K, I think too. I think Max has a 4K. It looked nice. The footage looked nice. It actually looked well rounded. I think I had the soundbar going. It sounded good with the soundbar. Honestly. But I will tell you guys straight up. I'll be honest with you. I was really pleased. I didn't think the show was trash. They had a nice crowd. I believe it had some flow to it. I would say it's a step up from Monday Night Raw. I would tell you that. I would say step up from NXT this week. I think AEW will take number one on my list this week for the first time in a long time. I was very pleased, especially with Ricochet. Ricochet, about time. Let's keep it a buck. Ricochet finally growing into his character. He's looking like a doctor that's deranged. Like, shoot, that's what I want. A Ricochet needed to do something different. I was tired of this Ricochet go lucky guy. I was really, really, really tired of it personally. But I'm happy. I'm happy about it. Adam Copeland. They're gonna get Adam Copeland and or now Cope. His name's now called Cope. It's stupid. Adam, if you're gonna change your name, just say with Adam Cole, the rated R superstar. Why are we doing Cope? I don't get that. We're not coping with anything. Just go back to Adam Copeland. It better. Adam Copeland, your real name. This Cope shit is garbage. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. It's kind of garbage, kind of hokey pokey. The Death Riders, people like you got some of my constituents saying the Death Riders are trash. No. The Death Riders work together very well, and it's gonna end up with MJF. I believe. I think it's gonna be MJF versus John Moxley for the title at some point. I think they'll do that at an all-in thing. I think Adam Copeland and Moxley at the next pay-per-view. I have Copeland losing. I think Christian will try to cash in at that point and lose. Moxley's going to hold the belt until their biggest pay-per-view. It's typical Tony Khan when it comes to that, too. Like, if you guys didn't know that, now you know. What else am I going to say tonight? Tonight, it had an ebb and flow. Minus the tag team belts. I don't get that. Like, the tag team belts. Why are we saving... Why are we putting it on your second show? You got to give more emphasis to those tag team belts. If I'm giving shit to WWE, we got to give shit to AEW for it. Like, for real. Like, I get it. But at the same time, we got to have Private Party being featured a lot more than they are now. Because it's becoming kind of garbage, to be honest with you. What was the point of putting the belts on them when, you know, we got Leo Rush and Action Andrade? Honestly, I think those are great guys, but I don't think they're gonna go over and have the belts. I think they're gonna lose in a gallant match. I think Private Party needs the belts. I think they need to hold it until when the Young Bucks come back and they have their rematch. Supposedly the Young Bucks are coming back from here to Revolution, so we'll see. Kenny Omega, they kind of showed that off tonight with Kenny Omega and Okada. To be honest with you, Okada speaking full English. They deserve a golf clap for it. About time. Okada actually speaking English, actually sounding pretty fucking fantastic. I know him and his wife speak really fluent English. It's just unfortunately when they first brought Okada in, they didn't make him look serious. Now he's starting to come in on his own looking fucking serious. Hell yeah, like that's what it should be. Okada needs to be this year. They need to book Okada right. I think he's going to lose to Kenny Omega. I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to have him get dethroned by Kenny, which I'm cool. Kenny deserves a belt in 2025. Jeff Jarrett. Let's go to it. Jeff Jarrett. Let's talk about it. Jeff Jarrett re-signing for 2 years, I think, with AEW. I think he signed a 2-year deal, a year deal, or something like that. So he's going to hang up his boots in AEW. Good. Good, but I do not see Jeff Jarrett winning the World Heavyweight title. I think maybe a Ring of Honor run, maybe. I don't want him to have the title for very long, and I know a lot of people are going to tell me, boo, hiss, Jeff Jarrett, oh my God. Blah. I actually like Jeff Jarrett. Let's keep it a buck. He's not holding down anybody. He said he's going away from this group that was hokey pokey. He's going to go and do one more run with Karen Jarrett, maybe add somebody to it, maybe do somebody that can understudy behind him. I think Cook would be perfect for that. Honestly, Orange Cassidy, maybe they do something. Maybe Anthony Bowens, maybe they do something with that. You know, Anthony Bowens needs something else than the fucking. And I'm going to give Max Caster all this. He is not looking good on television. Let's just keep it a buck. Max Caster is trash. I know my co-host for the show that I'm doing with Mile High, he says something different about fucking Max Caster, but Max Caster is trash. Like, get the guy off my television. He is that terrible. I want Anthony Bowens in his spot. Like, tonight, Anthony Bowens should have been there. Going against their, I really think if they want to pull it off, maybe Anthony Bowens joins the Hurt Syndicate. Maybe he turns heel that way. I think he should turn on Max Caster at this point because Max Caster is fucking garbage. Like I now I'm listening to Max Caster and he reminds me so much of Enzo Amore at this point. You gotta go. You gotta pull the hook on him at this point. Pull the fucking hook. He is done. I'm done with Max Caster at this point. Max Caster is long into the tubes at this point. Again, his raps are not landing. He is not entertaining anymore. It's more of cringe. I'm sitting and cringing every time I see a Max Caster anything. Powerhouse Hobbs defeating John Cruz and Rob Killjoy. Who cares? Honestly. And for Powerhouse Hobbs having some type of a knee injury, he looked like he didn't have a knee injury on simulcast night Fight for the Fallen. Well, let's keep this a buck. Like, where's the kayfabe? You should be playing off the knee injury, playing off Kateshita's damaging your knee. What? This is the thing about AEW that I don't understand. They gotta play off these injuries, and tonight. I liked what happened with Ricochet, but again, this is some things like, look, AEW, look, I'm not hating on your product. I'm just saying Will Hobbs, kind of garbage. That was kind of garbage. You guys are still doing that whole, that whole bullshit with. So that's just my personal opinion. That's just me being personal. That's my opinion. That's just my personal opinion about Will Hobbs. Honestly, Will Hobbs they need to do better with him. I like the fact that he's on television. I respect it. But they got to do more with that. Jeff Jarrett's announcement. Basically, he signed for 2 more years with AEW. Basically, he's going to retire when he's 60. I have no issues with that. But as Jeff Jarrett gets towards that end of the contract, he better be putting people over. But he has been putting people over. So, again, I'm cool with Jeff Jarrett being in AEW. I think, people love him. He was over with the crowd tonight. I think Jeff Jarrett, if they really want to do it right, they can have him possibly win that TNT championship belt off of Danny Garcia or one of them. And personally, Daniel Garcia is pretty much stuck in purgatory at this point in AEW. So like to me, Daniel Garcia again, like I said, I don't know what they're gonna do with him once he loses the title. I personally really don't see what they're gonna do with him going forward. That's just me being honest. So we move on, right? So we move on, and we, into the card tonight. We had Monet. They're not setting up for anything because they got. It's really this AEW Dynamite is weird because they're setting up for Wrestle Dynasty this weekend, which I'll be watching and reviewing. Um, I just really don't understand, and this is just me to you guys. I don't understand. This show could have been a little bit way better. So far, my rating for the show. I said it was my number one show this week so far. I will put AEW Dynamite at a B minus. They're sitting at a B minus for me. I would say 7.0. I gave Ross 5.9, I think it was, or a 6. I think it was. I'm putting it. I'm making it. I'm making it bigger. So I'm giving it a bigger score. I thought AEW Fight for the Fallen was better. And hear me out why I said, because the Judgment Day stuff was kind of weak sauce, and they weren't really blowing. They were really kind of playing conservative. Next week I will probably have a bigger score, because Penta will be there and a few others will be there, and they'll have some debuts. WWE is gonna blow their load on that January episode of Monday Night Raw when it hits Netflix. I'll be watching that too. We'll have a review. Maybe we'll do a live watch along. Who knows? Like I said, I didn't do a live watch along for this simulcast, but to be honest with you, I like the Max app more than I do watching it on DirecTV stream. I like the commercial breaks. Let's talk about the simulcasting, right? I watched it on the Max app, and I'll be honest with you, I actually kind of dig it. Like, it was much easier. So, like, when I was a little behind, and then when I caught up, there was ads. So every once in a while, they'll throw you like 2-3 ads of Max stuff or something Disney. I got like 3 ads, and then they get you right back, and it says still in a commercial break is in process, and then they bring you back in. So I like the Max setup more than I do. And also too, what I like is I don't have to go back and like when they go run off for 30 minutes, I don't have to worry about that now. And now I'll just stop recording it on DirecTV stream because I don't have to worry about it anymore at this point. I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty Gucci with that. You know what I mean? I'm pretty happy with that. Again, Jeff Jarrett's announcement, Swerve Strickland. Let's get into talking about Swerve Strickland real quick here on the show. I'm cool with it with Ricochet. Ricochet needed a character change. I think Ricochet personally needs a character change. I think personally, Ricochet was going nowhere. His character was going nowhere. I think now maybe this brings him into the Hurt business or the Hurt Syndicate. I took a pair of scissors. Jay White defeated Swerve Strickland and Roderick Strong to earn his first spot in next week's Casino Gauntlet match. I think that's going to be good. Alex Marvez backstage with Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong. As Cole said, finally the Undisputed Kingdom is complete. O'Reilly, I don't understand why O'Reilly wasn't with the Undisputed Kingdom to begin with. These guys are all been friends. I was surprised why Kyle O'Reilly was with the conglomeration to begin with. It made no sense. Now it's a complete group. Now, what I want to see is the Undisputed Kingdom going up the card now. Adam Cole needs to go up the card at this point. Again, I just feel like Adam Cole and MJF are going to meet each other again. I have a funny feeling they're gonna roll that back. I feel like Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay, they're gonna roll that back. I just feel like they're gonna roll that shit back, and that's what they're gonna do. So yeah. Anyway, Source Strickland bleeding. I wasn't surprised. They had to do something. You notice with AEW, they're not really signing any people. They're not really bringing anybody out from WWE. Rumor has it that Top Dollar was there and Baron Corbin, but they really haven't been bringing anybody in. They're working what they have, and that's good. We had a Hook promo that was good. Again, they're building up their stars. They need to. Everything that everybody said to me about AEW, I don't understand it now. They're actually building what they need to build, and I still don't understand. Like, I mean, people are gonna say, "Well, Will Hobbs should have been featured." Well, where's Wardlow? And it's like, I don't know. Wardlow is another one that's weird. But I wasn't a big fan of Wardlow to begin with. Wardlow wasn't really threading the needle to me. Like, his matches weren't that good, so it makes sense why he's not on television. Like, to me, I didn't really care for Wardlow, and I like Wardlow, but honestly, he was better as MJF's henchman than he was literally. Honestly, that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, that's just my personal how I feel about Wardlow. But I'm grateful to see Okada finally getting some promo time and speaking English. They're doing the right things with that. I will clap again. Yay, him and Kenny Omega setting up for a feud later down the road, maybe an All In. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Again, Monet having her New Year's celebration. I think she's going to lose that New Japan Strong title to Mina Shirakawa. I think that's happening. I think Mina will be signing with AEW when her Stardom contract runs out. Again, Okada highlights that he's beaten Kenny Omega multiple times. It was good stuff. Again, Marina Shirakawa is good stuff. She should be in AEW. I'm surprised Tony Khan hasn't lifted a pin and offered her a contract yet. She's so entertaining. I think that's who should go against Mariah May going forward. I think that would be great. That would be a great feud once again to have. I'd be cool with that. But I think it's going to end up with Toni Storm, and Toni Storm's going to come out of this amnesia shit and become timeless again and beat Mariah May to get her belt back. I think that's what they're going for. Julia Hart and Jamie Hayter, again, they have Hayter floundering around on Collision, and Hayter should be going for a title. I get they had to get Julia Hart a victory here. I get it. I understand it. The way they're going about it is, I don't know. I wasn't the biggest fan of Julia Hart to begin with. I like Julia Hart, but I wasn't the biggest fan. Like, I liked her as TBS champion. I like the aura of hers. I think she's pretty cool. But this new gimmick that she has where she throws the arrow and then sprays mist, and with the mist in her face didn't make any sense. No color to it. It should be a red color. It wasn't a red color. It makes no sense. Maybe it was botched. I don't know. Jamie Hayter trying to oversell it was a little weird. A couple hater raids. I don't know. I'm sitting here and I was watching this and I was like, okay, this match was kind of a little hokey pokey, but I get they had to get Julia Hart a big victory, and I get Jamie Hayter has been winning a lot, and they have to have her lose eventually. You can't have somebody win everything. I get that. I get that adage there. The match was okay. I mean, to be real with you, Hart's first match back since her shoulder injury last April. She's been dealing with shoulder injury, had surgery, had a setback, came back. Hayter down repeatedly by her hair. Hayter keeps kidnapping or keeping up, running, returning the favor. Hayter hits a awkward hip toss, neck breaker crunched. Hart in the corner with multiple splashes until Hart fought out with a clothesline to back outside. Hart wanted to do a crossbody off the apron, but was caught by Hayter. Hayter hit the suplex on the steps, and Hart floated over and slammed Hayter back first on the steps. Hayter mounted back a comeback. Lariat missed Hayter, and Hayter breaker connected for a 2 to take away from much time following up. So it went back and forth like this. And like I said, it ended up with an arrow and a mist in the face. And then Julia Hart's finisher, and it was 1, 2, 3. Again, I'm happy to see more talent coming back. Now, AEW needs to put it all together. They got to start putting it together. I feel a little of their storylines are kind of like this. Like, Now, since they're doing 2 shows, now build your 2 shows to be A and B. Focus on the 2 shows and Ring of Honor being your C show. And I think they'll have something there. I really do. I think if they want to put Julia Hart over on, over on Ring of Honor 2, that would work out too. I would be cool with Julia Hart being over there winning the belt. Somebody's got to go over and beat Athena at this point. Billy Starks ain't it. And I like Billy Starks, but Billy Starks ain't it on Ring of Honor. I don't think Queen to be Automata is it. I don't think Queen Automata is it. And I also feel the same way about Red Velvet. Red Velvet's not ready for that. If she loses the belt eventually, which I think they're gonna do with Layla Hirsch, I think it is. I think that's what they're gonna do with that. I don't know, man. I just feel that AEW now having 3 shows is better. I like what they're doing with the runoff. I appreciate what AEW is doing. But at the same token, I don't know. I just feel like the women's division could be a little bit more in Ring of Honor. I like Ring of Honor. I just think Ring of Honor could be a little bit better than what it is. Chris Jericho didn't show up, so I guess the Learning Tree faced FT rated R against Cope. It's gonna Adam. Just call yourself Adam. If you're gonna do that, just call yourself Adam. Rated R superstar Adam. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, like I said before, I just sit back and I shake my head with AEW and their decision making when it comes to the names. They recap at World's End with Adam Copeland saying what he said to Jon Moxley. And we had Adam Page defeating Orange Cassidy, the right move to make. Orange Cassidy's going nowhere. And I know a lot of people say this to me. Adam Page has had a time with the title already, but it just shows Cassidy's not good. Like, yeah, he had this beautiful run with the international belt. Great. Atlantic belt. Great. What has he done that's been so great to get him presented up on the higher cards? This is the thing I say about AEW all the time. It's the do they thread the needle? Are these guys like a Seth Rollins level? No. Orange Cassidy ain't it. I'm going to be flat out honest with a lot of you. Orange Cassidy ain't it for me. I'm not vibing with Orange Cassidy as I once did. Orange Cassidy needs to start having some pep in his step. I don't like the orange thing. He doesn't talk on the mic enough. It's becoming like Hook. Hook needs in 2025, and I'm going to tell you guys this, he needs to speak on the mic more. Hook needs to speak more on the mic. I don't know why his dad's not teaching him promo skills, but he needs to learn some promo skills. He needs to feel the oomph, and I just don't know. It's like Orange Cassidy. I feel like Orange Cassidy is it's kind of over with me. He's not like in a good way. It's kind of just like I'm done with it. That's just my personal opinion about it. But yeah, Adam Page winning tonight was good for business. Adam Page should be, Adam Page, Hangman Adam Page. He needs to be more up there in the upper cards. He should be floundering between mid card, high end mid card, and upper card, right? That's just my personal opinion when it comes to that. Yeah, so we got that going on. I mean, overall, this show had a flow. I mean, I don't know where people are getting off on. This show was terrible. It was awful. It's the same old AEW. They just put a new era as branding. No, it was kind of a new era. I kind of enjoyed the intro. I thought the intro was pretty good. I like the new music. I dig it. I dig the vibes. I liked how the simulcasting was working. I'll be watching it more on the Max app going forward. I like the fact that I can rewind it backwards, go back, and if I missed something, because I missed the first 30 minutes of the show, and then I went back and then I caught up. And it wasn't bad. The quality wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible. The stream quality was good. it worked out. It worked out very well for me on the app. So I will be taking it off of my record series stuff on DirecTV Stream. So um, again, and then I didn't even know that the NBA on TNT or NBA or whatever is on True TV now. They moved it over to True TV. I didn't know that. So when I saw the commercial, oh, that's where Inside the NBA's been. That's where Kenny Smith and all these people are. Okay. So that's where Ring of Honor is going. I guess that's the deal that they had. Ring of Honor had a deal with Warner Discovery. Or maybe that's where they're gonna be with Ring of Honor. But yeah, I really have nothing more to say in this review live. I mean, we don't have any viewers right now at the moment, but I think everybody's still getting over that New Year's bowl games and New Year's. I mean, Arizona State and fucking Texas killed it today, man. They had 2 overtimes later. I feel bad for Arizona though. Arizona should have won that game, but I feel bad. And then the other one was just a giant fucking waste of time. It was a blowout. Go Ohio State. I was pulling for Oregon. Boy, I was wrong with that one. I was really, really, really pulling for Oregon, and Oregon just fucked up, man. Their defense and their offense weren't ready for that moment. Hopefully next year they get back. They get back to where they need to be. Um, but yeah, that is pretty much the review for today, man. I mean, honestly, Fight for the Fallen. We got Ultimate Carnage coming up. I believe that's going to be in 2 weeks. We got Hook and Christian Cage. It looks like they're setting up for this weekend for Wrestle Kingdom and Wrestle Dynasty. So we'll see how that goes. And stuff like that for this weekend. I believe New Japan Wrestle. I think it's happening tonight. Let's take a look. I guess I'm going to be up watching Wrestle. New Japan. Wrestle. I think it's Wrestle Kingdom. Yeah, there we go. Wrestle Kingdom. Hang on, guys. We're going to take a look here. Give me a sec. Shinsuke Nakamura looks good, man. United States Championship was in Noah. That's crazy. That's wild. So Wrestle Kingdom 19. So WK 19. So when is Wrestle Kingdom 19 happening? Okay, the 4th. So it's happening in 3 days from now. Okay. So then it sets up for okay. Okay. And then it's going to be Wrestle Dynasty. Okay. That looks like a nice card. I mean, Zack Sabre Jr. I mean, I'm pretty excited for it. It's going to be a pretty good. We'll have to see what goes on there, but I'm pretty excited for what New Japan's going to do, though, with Wrestle Kingdom. I mean, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Shumei Nuno. We got David Finlay. Okay. Looks like it's going to be an interesting card on a Friday. And then we got Kinesuke Okashida. It's going to be a pretty good one. See what they're going to do with that match. I'm interested. Let's see. Mayu versus AUSM or ASM for the IGP Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Okay. All right, I dig it. Okay. All right. Kevin Knight. Okay. I dig it. I dig the vibes. Okay. And then we got a IWGP World Heavyweight New Japan Rambo to determine the number one contender for okay. All right. And then we got a singles match for the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Okay. All right. I dig the vibes. Then we got a single match versus Naito versus Tamahashi. Okay. All right. Or yeah, Takahashi. Okay. All right. I dig the vibes. All right. I feel it. All right. It's gonna be a decent card. Okay. Versus Evil. All right. We got okay. All right. We got Jeff Cobb in a match. All right, I feel it. All right, I'll be watching this. And then we got Wrestle Dynasty. What do we got on the card for Wrestle Dynasty so far? So we got Willow Nightingale and Firstborn of CMLL versus Athena. Okay, and what is this going to be? Oh, for the International Cup final. Okay, so it'll be a four-way match. All right. The Sons of Texas. Okay, for the Ring of Honor Championship. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Ricochet in a singles match. Okay. Kensuke Okeshida. Shingo Nataki versus tomorrow. Okay, Ishii. Okay. We got Yuta Tishi. Okay. Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd. That's going to be a good one. Dave Finlay versus Brody King. All right, that's going to be an interesting one. The Great Okan versus the Young Bucks. Okay. And to be determined. Mercedes Moné versus Maria Shirakawa. Should be interesting. And then 4 New Japan wrestlers and 4, okay, for the 8-man Lucha Gauntlet match. Okay, that'll be interesting. All right. All right, I dig it. I dig the vibes. I dig what they're going for. All right. We'll see how so it'll be an interesting weekend of pay-per-view. For sure we'll have reviews up of each, so that'll be good. But yeah, I mean, this weekend's going to be good. Hopefully Ring of Honor turns out to be something good this week. The Tokyo Dome's going to be on fire this weekend, so there's that. But yeah, this is the review. I mean, honestly, what can I say about the simulcast tonight? AEW did pretty good job. The Hurt Syndicate. What can I say? Max Caster got destroyed. I mean, let's keep it real. They defeated the Acclaim Hardcore in the paint, so let's keep it a buck. And then Swerve backstage with Nana, interviewed with Alex Monroe, talking about the three-way. Strickland apologizes for the fans and continues chanting his name and distracts recently the name changing tonight. He will remain everyone. Why? Just 24. That 2025 is Swerve's house. And Strickland said he will never be in a casino gauntlet before. So he asked, okay. Basically, he's going to be in the casino battle royal, basically. Or gauntlet, whatever. Anyway, I'm excited for the next couple weeks of AEW. Looks like they're trying to turn things around. It looked like they had a lot of people in the crowd. There were some empty seats, but that was far in between. I think like the middle row in the very back, if you saw the camera when it was panning around, was kind of empty, but most of it was full. And to be honest with you, they're going to these smaller venues has been working out for them. It's more intimate, to be honest. They should be doing smaller venues. I think smaller venues from here on out in the future will work better for AEW. I don't think they need to be like WWE running big arenas unless they have big events. Then I could see them doing that, like they're doing the Staples Center or the Crypto.com arena, stuff like that. Anyway, my name is Rev Sauce. I'm going to get out of here. AEW was a B- tonight. I thought the simulcasting was pretty fucking fantastic, pretty fucking sweet. I have no issues with AEW. The show wasn't bad. And by the way, what's wrong with the Death Riders? Again, like, when you give the Kings to the Castle to Jon Moxley, it looks like they got a stack line of people looking to fight Moxley. So, I mean, the Death Riders will come to an end. I guarantee somewhere they'll end it. I mean, it's going places, but they got to do better with it a little bit. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, the Death Riders I don't have an issue with. I don't have an issue with Jon Moxley holding the World Heavyweight. It's working. It's the best thing they got so far next to the Hurt Syndicate. That's the best thing they got right now. Anyway, my name is RevSauce9. Guys, I'll see you in the game streams later on tonight. All right? Over on Twitch. I'll see you guys. Peace.